What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the concept or the idea of aligning time with price. Now, what does that mean exactly? It kind of means of instances. I feel like I get a lot of questions in my comments or like in the Discord or stuff like that. Like, why do you trade this session in YAM session, and what is the reason behind that? Well, it's a very simple thing in my opinion. So if we go and look at just look at this. This is called ICT kills on the pivots. It kind of just marks out Asia session, London, and then New York. Now, first, the bare basics of why I trade New York session is because we trade the NQ and ES. It is the NASDAQ 100, which is the top 100 tech stocks in the United States, and ES is the top 500 stocks overall in the United States. So at the end of that sentence, I said United States. So they're both within the United States. So why would you not trade them in the correct time, if that makes sense? And if you kind of just look at this, like, you're never going to get as like this move right here. Okay, you get Asia 114 points. This is a good London move here, 220, but this whole NY move is like 300 points. It's way bigger. And like you just can kind of go on and on about that. Like, look at this. Asia, you get a decent move up, 200 points. London, you get nothing at all. Obviously the range extends, but then look at NY. NY is 830 right here. You get a 500 point move. So if you just go back and look at price action and mark out the time zones of when price should move, it's kind of there itself. Like here, obviously you have a big Asia move, and like you're gonna here and there you'll have big moves in these time frames, but they won't always be there. And what does that mean? That means that setups won't always be as probable in these other time frames. Can you find a setup at 2 a.m. on Asia session? Yes, you can. Is it as probable? No. Is it going to move like this? Not all the time. Maybe sometimes, not all the time. If you're trading London, can you find a setup? Same thing. Yes, you can. But it is as probable. No. And it's a very simple thing that people struggle a lot with. And I think another thing people struggle a lot with when they're trying to trade is they want to trade all of this. You know what I mean? They want to be on the charts from 20, what is that, 8 p.m. to we'll say 12. So they want to be on the charts for like 12 hours. That is insanity. You need to understand how to find a time that works for you, your time zone. For me, I'm lucky. I live in the United States. So NYAM, 8:30 a.m. I get on, it works perfect for me. It just depends what time zone you're in. And also, so you have that broad range of times. Obviously, you should be trading in your own session or the stock session. Like if you're trading GPU, what is it, Euro USD, you could trade London or NY because it's USD or Euro. It just depends. But and the way you get deeper into that is looking at macros. Now, macros are when price usually moves heavily too. The best macro, in my opinion, is the 950 macro. Now, you might ask, what is a macro? It's when you align time with price. At 10, it's 950 to 1010. The reason for that is because the 4-hour candle closes at 10, the 1-hour candle closes at 10, and then everything under that closes at 10. So, do you know how much volume that comes into the market when a 4-hour candle closes? For instance, this whole candle right here was 400 points, 350 points in one closure. The candle closure is gonna bring volume, especially a 4-hour candle. Like right here, these 4-hour candle closures are not in accurate times. These are London, and early Asia. Now, it's just about aligning time with price. I didn't teach you guys anything here, but I'm trying to help you. You need to really narrow down when you're trading. You need to find one session, if that's PM, AM, London, Asia, stay on that session, find the pair that is best in that session. Only trade, like, you don't need to trade 6 pairs. I don't understand why people do that. You don't need to trade NQ and ES and GPJ, Euro USD. You don't need to trade gold and silver and copper and crude oil. Minimum it down. You don't need all these pairs to trade. It's crazy that people think they need to trade 17,000 pairs to become profitable. It's not. It's about making it as simple as possible and correcting every single little mistake you made. Every single day, I trade the same exact pair or the same 2 pairs at the same exact time every single day. Now, when I have a win, that's great. But when I have a loss, I can mark it off the box. Now, next time I won't have that loss. I go on wins, 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 have a loss, I'll mark that loss off. Now, as time goes on, it's a long game, right? We're thinking in the long term. So, for example, a year down the road, after I've been on the same time frame and the same 2 pairs at the same exact time for a whole year, how many more mistakes can I make? Now, I can make the same mistakes, but that's on you then at that point. That's not on the market. So after you learn from the mistake that you've made, you just have to realize and not do that. You can only make so many mistakes before you start repeating them. There's only so many mistakes you can make for the first time, is what I'm trying to say. So if you minimize the randomness of, oh, like say you made a mistake on Euro USD, but then you made a different mistake on gold. So now you kind of have two different variables. So then you kind of, okay, now I have another variable. But for me, I have the simple variables. I have a lot of fixed variables is the correct word. Fixed variables is my time frames, it is my pairs, and is the time I'm on the market. So if you can start to really narrow down when you're on the market and how long you're on the market, you'll become way profitable. You don't need to stare at the charts 20 hours a day. It's not going to benefit you in the long run. It's not. It's really not. People don't understand that, but it's not. It's really not. You don't need to trade 1,000 pairs. How many profitable traders do you know that trade 1,000 pairs? Probably none. And you're trying to trade 1,000 pairs. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you want to join my free Discord, link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. Thank you.